Here are 4 assets that millionaires swear by, and they're your key to getting rich. So let's start here with asset number 1, real estate. Of course, you hear lots of videos of people talking about real estate, but it is truly one of the best wealth building tools that you can have. A lot of people buy one residence and they pay that mortgage off over a 20-30 year period. Sometimes they refinance out of it to get extra cash, right? But they have this one single asset, and when they set to retire, they'll typically try to downsize into something smaller, selling and keeping cash on the side. So that's one tool that will perpetually build wealth for them, but you can take it a step further. By buying real estate, not just as your primary residency, but as investment properties, you can create additional cash flows in your life and look at building wealth that is deferred from taxation, right? Because the accumulation inside the property isn't taxed. You'll have other tax write-offs, such as depreciation of the asset over time, and this cash flow that comes in. So there's a lot of benefits, and there's a number of reasons beyond that why the rich use real estate as one of their primary tools for building wealth. Asset number 2, I look as an overall asset class, and that's stocks and bonds, right? Things inside of the market that change in value. Bonds are considered a steady growth piece that really are there to create income for people. And they're more supposed to be thought of as a safety net. And the stocks are the equity piece, which is really you investing in other businesses, public businesses, and owning a share of that company. Now, as you continue to put money into these plans, they will continue to grow over time. Stocks will go up, values will go down, but generally, on average, they're going to grow over time. And it's that growth that creates so much wealth for people, because one of the other assets that a lot of people have is a 401k, right? And 401ks are mainly invested in the stock market and the bond market. And so if we look at a cross-section of the wealth in America, the majority of that wealth lies in either real estate, which we just talked about, or retirement accounts. And those retirement accounts are generally invested in the stock market, which compounds and grows over time. Asset number 3 is businesses, right? So as we just talked about, when you buy stock, you own a portion of that company. Now that's a publicly held company, but most people that are growing wealth own a private company. They own their own business, and that business generates cash flow, and they're able to use that cash flow to do other things, such as invest in real estate, or go put more money in the stock market, or like most do, reinvest in their business and continue to try to grow that, because they have the most control over those dollars and that kind of rate of return, because they're putting their blood, sweat, and tears into that business. There's also a number of tax law that is on the books that allows you to utilize that tax code to your advantage being a business owner. So all those things are reasons why the wealthy, utilize their business to grow their wealth over time. And asset number 4, I look at this not as a get-rich asset, but a stay-rich asset, and that's a life insurance, right? But we're not talking just basic term life insurance, which is important. We're talking about cash value life insurance. What wealthy people will do is they'll utilize cash flow from their business, from real estate, or other things that are generating income for them, and they will put that money into cash value life insurance. This creates a number of different advantages for them. One advantage is they can grow that money as well, deferred from taxation. They have a death benefit that's attached to the life insurance policy that also ensures for their family that money will come in the event something happens to them. And lastly, they can utilize and access that cash value either for business expansion or things while they're living, but also when they get into retirement, they can also utilize that cash in retirement to create an income tax-free cash flow. And the real key is not looking at just owning one of these assets, but owning multiple assets, right? The more asset classes you own, the more protection and risk management you have, right? It's Ray Dalio that talks about asymmetric risk, and that if you're buying all these different asset classes, in any given year, some will be down, but others will be up, offsetting your risk. And that's what people people that are wealthy are doing, right? They may take their business that's generating income for them and they're putting it into life insurance. They're taking that money from the life insurance and purchasing real estate. They're taking cash flow from that real estate and pushing it back into their life insurance policy, creating a rinse and repeat model. And they keep stacking and building and growing on top of that. They're putting money into the market and stacking and building and growing. The key to becoming rich over time or becoming truly wealthy is to look at it as a marathon. This is a long-term journey that you're going on and not something that's going to happen overnight. There is no get-rich-quick scenario. So the question you got to start to ask yourself is, where do you start? Do you start with business? Do you start with cash flowing real estate? Do you look at life insurance? Where are you in your journey? And one of the things that the advisors here at Epic can help you do is walk you through that path. Help understand where you are, what your goals and objectives are, and what's the best path to get there. If you go in the description box, fill out the link, one of the Epic advisors will reach out to you and take you through our success process. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, go ahead and share it with somebody, and keep following for the next video.